Alrighty, today I'm going to give you a history from my point of view of the vintage toilet community. So I hope you find this fascinating, and I certainly hope people will be inspired by this video and learn about the history. So I'm going to try my best to give a brief history of the vintage toilet community, but in my point of view, from how I viewed it. I've been into toilets all my life when I was little. Of course, there were many toilets I hated, which were the high-pressured ones, like that would make ear-splitting noises. And apparently those were frightening, but apparently I liked the ones that were quieter. Like, the AS Affall with 2 hidden siphon jets. That was probably my favorite toilet when I was little, because my preschool was full of them. But yeah, let's begin. So yeah, 23 years I've lived. It's one of my oldest, probably is my oldest interest, along with birds and of course my later interests in collecting things. But I don't have a toilet collection yet. I have a coin collection. I have a VCR, VHS collection. I have a collection on eagles and all that, but I don't have a collection on toilets. So yep. So yeah, when I was little, I had a fascination in toilets, and when I think it was in 2006 that I would go online. That's when I began visiting the internet, because my parents didn't allow me to go on it when I was younger. But starting in 2005, 2006, I would go online to Google Video or YouTube, and I would simply just type in the search box toilets flushing. Pretty simple. And there were not that many fascinating videos. There would be like 10 or 12 that were fascinating, but nowadays in this day and age there's like hundreds of thousands of fascinating toilet flushing videos today versus the 10 or 12 back almost 20 years ago that I used to watch when I was a little kid. I don't know who exactly started the vintage toilet community on YouTube, but I would have to presume, I'm just going to assume that I do know that the oldest toilet filmers on YouTube are Crane Plumbing, the Yellow Taxi, who is now today SUV Man. I think Flush Boyaz is also one of the oldest YouTube toilet filmers. I don't know. I don't know who started it, but whoever did, I gotta give a lot of thanks to. I thank you deeply for starting this. I just don't know who it is. Well, whoever it is, thank you very much. You've made a popular community trend. So yeah, so apparently those are the 3 oldest toilet filmers I can think of on YouTube, and they're probably are the founding fathers of the vintage toilet community. And once I started noticing they were posting more and more toilets, and some of which I'd never seen and were extremely fascinated by, that's when my toilet flushing my interest in toilets grew even further. And when I had a camera. My parents, when I was about 11 years old, I got a digital camera for my birthday, and I didn't really find that many toilets, just maybe 3 or 4 toilets, like one at the restaurant, one at the bookstore, and one at home, of course. And then one day I accidentally stepped on my camera, and it crushed it along with a memory card, and those got lost, so I had to, but it wasn't like thousands of videos like I have today. And then I saw even more people popping up on YouTube in the late 2000s, typically one named Drakey99. He posted a lot of toilets that ultimately were YouTube firsts, and I just like, God, I would really love to meet this man in person. He was like, yeah, that's when it sparked my interest even further. And then there was Sanders. I don't know if he's on YouTube anymore. And then more and more and more and more and more toilet filmers like Commode Companion and Commodes, who is also Diesel Lucy. Yeah, so all just more and more people started popping up on YouTube and started following the trend that began starting in, I don't know when, 2005, when people I don't know, but and it just grew and grew and grew, and the more toilet filmers that I saw popping up on YouTube, the more I wanted to join them, the more I wanted to join this community. But of course, my parents were very reluctant to let me have my own YouTube account. So I believed I would eventually have one. So that's when I got my new camera in 2011 and started filming more and more and more toilets. And this time I had, I think, about 10 or 20 videos because I wandered all over the place. But it took me a long time to get pretty much over 400 videos on my channel. So yeah, and finally, finally in 2012, my parents finally said, okay, you can join the toilet community, but don't you even think of giving out any personal information. So I said, I promise, and yep. And then that's when I began my account on July 30th, 2012 officially, and I posted the videos and I would send them via email to to the vintage toilet community that was at a time, it was fledgling at the time. And I got, and instantly those toilet filmers um, discovered my videos that I sent to them, and they praised me big time. And there was even a few toilets that were YouTube firsts, like the Sears toilet in my neighbor's basement, as well as the Crane New Mode. I know that Liam Brahms said that the Crane New Mode, he'd never seen one like that before. So yeah, it was very exciting. And then of course we had Sparkwood and 21 Volt, who was also praised my vintage toilet filming. Um, I'd love to see him in person. He's now Vintage Toilets VT. So yeah, and then I started filming more and more and more and more, and so far it just grew and grew and grew. And I would see new toilet filmers pop up while I surfed the internet and posted more videos, like John Toilet, the Vintage Toilet Hunter, um, KFK, who is a local toilet filmer. He lives in my same state I live in. I'd love to meet him one day. Just more and more people coming and posting videos and liking my videos in the process. And then there was JMCD, and apparently he is like probably one of the best you can come up with. He has a massive toilet collection in his residence. I just don't know why he talks funny. He might have what I have. He might have autism. He might be deaf. I don't know. But he's found so many wonderful fixtures, like the Santa Anita Park fixtures, with just a treasure trove of toilets. And I liked them all, liked and favorited them. They're in my favorites and liked list. I mean, it's extensive how many videos I found and liked. It's like over 5,000 toilet videos in my liked videos and favorites list. So yeah, a lot of them JMCD. Then of course, then we have, I don't know, Vintage Toilets Rock. He hasn't been on YouTube for a while, but yeah, enjoyed his videos as well. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to start a collection like some of the YouTube toilet filmers, but hopefully when I live on my own, which I don't think will ever be possible, I might do that. Yeah. Apparently, I do collect coins. I collect coins. I collect VHS movies. I collect old video games. I collect books, all that stuff. Eagles, all that, but sadly no toilets as of 2019. So yeah, the YouTube toilet community is still evolving. It's getting larger and larger and larger, and pretty soon it'll be probably another 25 years. It'll be the grandfather, a grandfather community, pretty much, you know. But yeah, that's how I've seen the toilet community evolve, and that's how I started joining. I've also had some, not besides the positive experiences that I've had a few negative experiences, which are, of course, Superclip34 and Narqueefy, who are two imbecilic users who basically just like going into people's comment sections and just filling them with profanity that I can't even say. Superclip34 would also post videos of himself doing his business, which is something I'm going to tell you, even though I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of normal people think that what I post online is just immature. A lot of ordinary people, you know, like friends of mine and my family members, when they'd ask me, what kind of things do you post online? And I say toilets flushing, and they would think, you're so immature, grow up. Well, I'm not immature when I film toilets. And neither is the vintage toilet community. We do not film people doing their business. That is something we never, ever do. We respect privacy. We respect privacy fully. So we are not immature when we post videos online. You can criticize me all you want, but I am not immature, and neither is the vintage toilet community. Yeah, so anyway, that's currently to date how I have seen the toilet community on YouTube evolve. Even though I didn't start it, I joined it, and I definitely made a good dent in it. posting all kinds of YouTube firsts, like the Ream Richmond Larchmond toilet, the Crane New Mode, Sears toilet, Case toilet, Douglas Auburn, all those toilets, and the Federal Huber toilet. Yeah, those are YouTube firsts that I posted. So that's what I can think of. So yeah, and also I forget what I was gonna say, but I just hope that I'm I'm using the bus system to get around, so I hope to find even more fixtures soon. I did film the entire University of Michigan campus and filmed what I could find. I might go back there and film some more, but I think I got all the public bathrooms I could find in the oldest buildings. I mean, I wish I could go into the homes where I live, of going to people's houses and film their toilets, but I'd have to be invited. But yeah, I'm just amazed that I found so many vintage fixtures, and I'm just overjoyed to be a member of the vintage toilet community, and I hope you are too if you're a member as well. And I hope that the videos that I post and the videos that we post don't get deleted or hacked into or anything like that. I mean, we could somehow find a way to digitally preserve them, because they're kind of, cultural cultural phenomenon. So yeah, this is my experience of the history of the vintage toilet community, and may it continue to evolve. And I bet you it'll probably be in 20, 30, 40 years, there'll probably be like over 1 billion users compared to the thousands today. So I hope you like this video, and keep on filming vintage toilets. United we flush.